Hey everyone, the Powwow guy Rob Phoenix here with weekly update. The upcoming week, Sunday, May 23rd to Saturday, May 29th. It's going to be an interesting week. First, let's talk weather-wise. I was hoping for a little rain today, but that didn't happen. So weather-wise, tomorrow's going to be another scorcher. But this whole week coming up is going to be pretty cloudy. Tuesday looking like the best day, insofar as sun and temperature be around 80, so that'll be a little more seasonable. A little more sun, but we're looking at Monday, Wednesday, possibly Friday, Saturday, rain. But I have to tell you, it's desperately needed. Now, here in South Central Pennsylvania, May is our rainiest month. The second rainiest month here is June. Well, the average rainfall, in this section of South Central Pennsylvania, is usually between 4 and 5 inches of rain every year in May. So far, we've had like slightly less than 2.5. So we're at half of what we're supposed to get. It's been a very dry month. And what I've learned over the years is that when we have a dry April, we have a very wet July. So I really feel like we're moving into a very stormy kind of, like humid, rainy, sort of thunderstormy summer. It just feels like it's going that way just because summer is super early this year. We're already in 90s. So it's been almost 90 or above 90 every day this week. That's early summer. So that kind of signifies a pretty stormy, wet June, July, possibly August. Not great, but there you go. So anyway, we're going to have a taste of that this coming week. Sorry, I just moved the table. Astrologically, huge event coming up this week. Wednesday, the full moon is in Sagittarius. It's sometimes referred to as the flower moon because by now all the flowers are in bloom. But in addition to it being a full moon, it's also what's known as a supermoon, when the orbit of the moon around the Earth, it's closer than at other points. So it reaches the point that it's closest to Earth, so it will appear huge. In addition to that, it's also a lunar eclipse. Which is very cool. But in addition to that, it's also what's considered a blood moon. During an eclipse, with the Earth moving between the moon and the sun's light gets kind of changed when it goes through our atmosphere, and it reflects on the moon as sort of a reddish tint. It doesn't last long. So the best time to see that would be Wednesday night, a little bit after 9. So watch between 5 after 9 to 9:15, something like that. It's a very small window. Now, with the cloudy week we have coming ahead, the humidity, especially on Wednesday particularly, the chance of thunderstorms will probably obscure that, but it's still there. So anyway, that's a big deal. So Wednesday's going to be pretty busy with the full moon. It's in Sagittarius. I made a video earlier about astrology and healing. So if you're gonna, Sagittarius rules the upper part of your legs. So watch for issues with that area. Take care of your body in that area that day. But also, if you do have some issues or know someone with issues, Wednesday would be a great day to powwow for them. The week's not going to be great for planting, but by now, to be honest, if you're here in South Central Pennsylvania, your stuff should be planted by now. Your gardens should be planted. But if not, you'll have a little chance on Monday. You can do lettuces, above ground kind of leafy things. That's pretty much it. The rest of the week is going to be a no-go with gardening. And next weekend is going to be just good for pulling weeds. And taking care of pests, because we're going to start seeing insects now. So That's all I really had to say about that. It's not going to be a favorable week for planting, but again, by now, you really should have that stuff in the ground. If you don't have it in by now, I don't know, going forward, I'm going to have less planting advice because this is the rich, wonderful planting season. So get that stuff in the ground now. All right. So that's my planting stuff for the upcoming week, weather for the upcoming week. And since we are talking about insects, a lot of people don't like to spray pesticides, myself included. Now I have used in the past, I forget what it's called. You hook it up to your hose and we spray it on the yard and it's supposed to kill fleas and ticks. To be honest, I've never found it to be effective, only because every year by August, our dogs inevitably get fleas. It's just part of having dogs. And then we have them in the house, and then we have flea bites, and then we have to bomb the house and all this. But in your garden, if you start getting insects that are harmful and destructive to your plants, now you should not spray anything to keep bugs away unless they're causing damage to your vegetables or your herbs, whatever. So for that, you could do something. It's really super easy and it does work. Now, the negative about this is, which I imagine is the negative about any pesticide, I like to be able to go out into the garden, pick a tomato off the plant, and just eat it right there. And that's because normally we don't use any pesticides, any kind of insect repellent or whatever, because our garden is pretty secure. But in the event that you should see something damaging your food, you want to get a whole bulb of garlic, peel it up and mince it all up. And then you're going to put it in 2 cups of water and add like a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Shake it up, leave it sit for about 12 hours. Then you're going to strain it into a spray bottle. Then you're going to add a teaspoon of dishwashing liquid. Not the kind with bleach, something else. We use this kind, it's like Ajax with vinegar and lime. But there's no bleach in it. So again, it's a bulb of garlic, minced up, peeled and then minced up. Add it to 2 cups of water and like a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Shake it up, let it sit overnight, like 12 hours at least. Strain it all out into a spray bottle. Add a teaspoon of dish liquid, shake it up really, really good. And then you can spritz your plants only if they have an infestation of harmful insects on them. All right, not just bugs landing on your plant, that's fine. But if something is actually damaging your plants, spread this stuff on it. It will kill them. The negative is that you can't just pick the veggie and eat it right there. So you're going to have to clean your stuff off. And that's why I don't like to use even this like home remedy one. They say it's all natural, but dishwashing liquid is not all natural. So there are some chemicals in it. Plus, you just don't want to be ingesting dishwashing liquid. That will kill your digestion. Ice machine, sorry. So anyway, there we are. But again, it's been a dry May, which means we're likely headed for a wet July. Nobody likes a stormy summer, but I think it's coming. But we need the water, so get your stuff in the ground now. Don't wait any longer. Watch out on Wednesday for that full moon. Now, listen, I want to say this. Sagittarius, the sign of Sagittarius has these properties that make you feel like you can attain your goals and you want to reach for the stars. My son is a total Sagittarius. He wants to travel the world and then go into space and visit other planets and people. He's a Sagittarius. He is like, I can't wait for the future. He's just all about that. So the full moon in Sagittarius will accentuate those feelings within us. That part of us that's like, oh yeah, I don't need this job. I can do better elsewhere. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, this get rich quick scheme, I'm all about it. And then add a super moon and a blood moon, a flower moon, and an eclipse and all this other stuff. We're bound to make some pretty poor decisions. So don't do anything rash. Keep yourself in check. If you're feeling like I'm Superman and I can just totally achieve this goal, and you feel that on Wednesday night, check yourself and say, let's wait until tomorrow, or let's wait until Friday and see how I feel. Okay, by then you'll be back to reality. So don't get crazy on Wednesday. All right. I think we're gonna see some craziness. This seems like the big lunar event of the year. So take care of your garden, get your stuff planted. Make some natural pesticides if you need to, only if you need to. And carry your umbrella this week because the rain is coming, hopefully. And that's all I got for this week. So hopefully this week I'll get around to make a couple more videos to teach a few more things. But if not, I'll just leave it with God bless you guys. I love you guys, and we'll talk soon.